There are moments when you have to acknowledge that the other person needs this chemistry, these molecules, these words of love. Words are like molecules. They are the chemistry of the soul. Today we are discussing something that I believe is very important, which is saying I love you. These words carry immense significance and should not become mechanical. Repeating I love you too often should be avoided. Let me explain further. It should be said only when the feeling at that moment is true, complete, pulsating, and alive. It means it is true at that moment. Acts of love are only significant if they are genuine acts of love. Furthermore, when love exists, the other person never disappears. However, within ourselves, we may not always have continuous awareness of our love for him or her. We may not see it, but it exists. It moves us, calls us, and sends vibrations. It is there, and it can be felt even from a distance. This is because it is impossible not to feel it unless our soul is captivated. When one of the two people in love is absorbed by troubling thoughts, worries, or anxieties, love is no longer perceived, even if it is strong, even if it is present. During therapy sessions, sometimes I see this very clearly. One person may be experiencing pain, but still loves the other and vice versa. They may be in pain or suffering, but they love each other, and neither of them sees it anymore. The soul cannot grasp love because it has been imprisoned, attracted, and magnetized by less beautiful things that make it think otherwise. To avoid the mechanization of I love you, we must first understand the rule that governs the expression of I love you, a rule that we should fully comprehend. It is the same rule that applies to kissing. A kiss must be fully reciprocated, otherwise, it should not be given. Therefore, if I do not feel I love you, if there is no one who can feel it, then I should refrain from saying it. Instead, I should resort to other expressions, not I love you. The feelings between individuals are like a dynamic and liberating musical piece. Hence, I cannot mechanically adopt habits that trivialize my feelings or vulgarize the sentiment of love. Expressions like love, honey, sweetness, and my love do not displease me when I hear them, but there is a risk that they become ordinary terms when addressed to our loved one. Therefore, I must be aware that I cannot say, I love you without genuinely supporting and harmonizing it with what I truly feel. It is important to consider that many people are afraid of both love and expressing themselves, including saying, I love you. They fear stepping out of their shell, emerging from their protective barriers, and revealing themselves. We cannot let fear remain too strong within us. Fear does not intend harm to us because it wants to protect us, but it cannot dictate all our actions and words. Therefore, we must still express it. We must guide it so that everyone can hear it, meaning that love must find a way to be expressed. On the other hand, some people demand to hear it, to receive words of love. If they insist on it, it means that there is some kind of deficiency, need, emptiness, or deprivation genuinely present. It is natural for them to expect or even pressingly request to hear, I love you, without letting too much time pass without hearing it. These extraordinary words, even if we are ready to receive them, ignite and somehow give us life. Life is always present, even when we are not loved. We possess strength even when we are not loved. We are whole. Even when we do not receive love, This needs to be said clearly. However, when love arrives, it is like a spark that ignites and makes us clearly see ourselves, making it evident to us who we are. We see ourselves when love touches us, reaches us. Therefore, it is understandable that there might be some complaints, an almost pressing demand to hear "I love you." However, when we are asked for it, we must not recite it. We do not need to justify it. Many people say convincingly, "But you know that I love you. You know me, but don't you see it? We are always together." In my opinion, this is an inappropriate response that is unnecessary. You do not need to justify it. At that moment, you need to acknowledge that the other person needs this chemistry, these molecules, these words of love. Words are molecules. They are the chemistry of the soul. Therefore, no justification is needed. Look, observe, and see what she feels. Look at him. Look at him because it is moving to witness the suffering of the words that move her soul and her life. Because that is what truly makes us understand the significance of who we are together. So, I bid farewell to my friends with a recommendation not to entirely overlook what we have discussed and to delve deeper into the video. Understanding certain nuances and being able to convey them was not easy, even for me. Therefore, I encourage you to review the video multiple times. These insights are not for everyone. We are here. Send us your requests and recommend, if you think someone could benefit from it, the viewing of some of our videos.